I really want Star Trek. Strange New Worlds Season 3 to prove Pike's Enterprise has the same ability as Picard's. The Enterprise isn't just a ship, it's a symbol. And in Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, it's time to prove that Captain Pike's USS Enterprise is just as extraordinary as Captain Picard's. From the beginning, Star Trek, Strange New Worlds has been a love letter to the roots of the franchise, reviving the classic episodic structure and giving us a version of the Enterprise under Captain Christopher Pike that's full of heart, hope, and high adventure. But as we head into Season 3, one question remains. How powerful and advanced is Pike's Enterprise really? Could it measure up to the next generation era's Enterprise D? More specifically, does it possess the same remarkable trait that Picard's ship demonstrated time and time again? The ability to think outside the manual, rise to the impossible challenge, and evolve into something almost alive? Because let's face it, there's a sort of magic to the ships named Enterprise. And in the next generation, the Enterprise D didn't just respond to its captain's orders, it sometimes seemed to anticipate them. In Emergence, the ship practically gave birth to a new life form. In Booby Trap, it became the ultimate classroom where Geordi learned how to beat a centuries-old trap. And in Picard Season 3, the Enterprise D's long-dormant systems suddenly springing back to life felt like the return of an old friend, almost as if the ship knew it was needed. It's that semi-mystical quality, that sense that the ship is more than metal and circuits, that I want Strange New Worlds Season 3 to embrace. Pike's Enterprise deserves that same legacy. So far, we've seen it brave black holes, tackle Gorn threats, and survive near impossible odds. But what if the ship itself began to show signs of something more? Pike's Enterprise is already special. Let's go further. We've seen hints of Pike's ship being more than a vessel. In the episode Among the Lotus Eaters, crew members begin to lose their memories due to a mysterious radiation, and the ship becomes their anchor to identity. It's a subtle but powerful idea. The Enterprise as a constant, a memory, a safe harbor. Then there's the crew's bond with the ship. Lon, Ortegas, and Uhura all speak about the Enterprise like it's part of their family. Pike walks its corridors like someone walking the halls of his childhood home. And Number One's devotion to Starfleet ideals seems almost mirrored by the ship's crisp, reliable design. There's personality here. There's character. Now imagine a moment where the ship goes beyond being a tool. Imagine an episode where the Enterprise itself, perhaps through the interface of the computer or some unexplained burst of sentience, makes a decision that saves the crew. Not in the autopilot took over way, but in a way that hints the ship is learning, adapting, maybe even caring. If Strange New Worlds introduced this idea slowly, a sensor that repairs itself when no one's watching, or a computer system that reacts before it's asked, it could plant the seeds for a new understanding of the Enterprise. Not just a ship with the best crew in Starfleet, but a ship that's beginning to understand them back. The starship as a mirror of the captain. One of the most enduring ideas in Star Trek is that the ship reflects the captain. Picard's Enterprise D was elegant, curious, and measured, just like him. Janeway's Voyager was relentless and adaptive, pushing beyond limits. Sisko's Defiant was a bruiser with a conscience. Pike's Enterprise? It's empathetic, inspiring, and thoughtful. Captain Pike himself is different from the others. He knows his fate. He carries the burden of that knowledge and still leads with hope and compassion. If any ship were to resonate with a captain's moral strength and quiet heroism, it would be his. The show could use this to deepen the mythos of Pike's Enterprise, not as a ship with flashy upgrades or time-traveling saucers, but as a vessel that feels. What if, as Pike faces increasing moral and existential crises, the ship begins to respond in kind? A system coming online in exactly the right moment without being triggered. A shield modulating automatically to block an unknown weapon. The transporter fixing a pattern degradation without any crew input. And maybe in Season 3's finale, the ship takes a risk no one asked it to take because it knows Pike would have done the same. A legacy in the making. Yes, we know the Enterprise D did these things because it was the result of later 24th century technology. And some fans might say Pike's 23rd century ship shouldn't have these capabilities. But this